to all those that show up early. That's a good sign. As they say, if you're on time, you're late. So it's impressive that so many people are here so early. So very big welcome. It's more and more people are joining in the session. Thanks, Jace, for our Christmas edition of Flow Friday with all the Christmas presents spilling out there, getting ready for Santa to arrive. Thanks, Nice, in coordinating us today, and Jen for helping me with the documentation. Welcome to Finn, Arnell, Donna, Ep, Buddy. Is that Francis Bucky? Which Francis is that? Francis is there. Welcome, Fritz, James. Blanco James Bergen from Bali by the looks of it, also here in Bali as well. Nice, mate. Great to see you here. Jacqueline, Joseph, Julie, Lucci, Mance, Bill, Niv. Goodness me, everyone's coming in. Richard, great to see you again. Riza, Marcel, Roxanne, Sheila, Teresa. Who have I missed? You're all coming in super fast, and lots of AIs joining us as well. That's good to see too. Hey, let's jump into today's session. We're going to be looking at advanced voice mode today and mentor mode at the same time. But as we kick off, I want to share with you this little portion down here on the bottom right-hand side of Raya that shows the version release notes. So yesterday we had a release, which here are some of the new features. Link rendering in prompts. So URLs generated in prompts will now appear as clickable links, allowing the users to easily access websites directly from the prompts. Super helpful. Also, agent filtering. Users can now filter the chat logs, that's these here on the left-hand side, based on the AI agent they are making. They are using, pardon me, making it easier to manage and review interactions. So the idea here is if you've got lots of chats over time, you're thinking, oh, I had a chat with a specific agent. Which of those chats was it? It's really hard to find, but now it's super easy. You can go directly back to that particular conversation and continue on with that specific agent. Right, what else we got in here? We've also got multiple AI agent selection. Users can select multiple AI agents at once, including the new Raya option, enhancing the filter. So you can actually select more than one in that filter as well. Also improved filter popover. The filter popover has been enhanced for better usability, allowing for a more intuitive selection process than filtering by the agents themselves. So nicely done. I think that's super useful, very helpful for that one, for our super users. Also, a few other fixes. So indicator selection, the agent filter visibility, mainly around that filter selection there. Truncated agent lists has now been solved. Media processing, tracking, adding the ability to track media processing, ensuring a smoother workflow execution. And then there's some updates for our multiply inbox, which is on limited release at the moment. Also for those on a Mac, there's been enhancements there. A few of us were having some challenges. That's now been resolved as well. So thank you, team. Much appreciate that. All right, so today's session, let's get ourselves set up with the two views here. On the left-hand side, we'll have Raya, and on the right-hand side, we'll have our document for today. Now, today's session will also work best if you have a headset. The type of headset for the advanced voice mode that works the best is one that has one of these mechanical mute options on it. Hi, Clevin, did you have a question? Hand was up.
Yeah, Matt, I think you're sharing the wrong screen, or are we seeing the right screen? Because there are people from the chat.
I am not sharing the right screen. Thank you. And we want this one, desktop 3. So Raya on the left and instructions on the right. So what we didn't see earlier there was also these release notes. So in our release notes under the version control for Raya, you'll see the latest items. And as I was reading those items out, it'd be easier if you could see it. The filter option that's here on the left-hand side. So all of your chat conversation and the filtering is now available per agent or multiple agents if you want to be able to select those and then filter your conversation. So you'll be able to go back and interact. Find those conversations a lot easier than having to scroll through to see the data. So I think that's going to be a huge help. Thanks, team, for bringing that one to life. Okay, let me check the chat now. And we'll have a look for what else I've missed. Thanks, Clevin. All right, super. And Richard's saying the filter is a great idea. Yeah, and thanks, Reza, for sharing that image there. Makes it easier. Cool. All right. Let's now get into today's activity. So if you get that link for the session today, once you imagine this, we're going to, in this fast-paced world, I've had a few conversations this week with leaders in businesses, and the conversation keeps coming back, how to apply AI at work? And like, it's vastly overwhelming if we get ourselves caught up on the thousands of new different bright shiny objects that pop up out there with different applications, and there are so many cool advancements coming. And what can happen is we see something new and we as a solution, and then we go and try and find a problem to make it match. But in business, the tenets of business will remain the same forever, right? In marketing, you need to drive leads. In sales, you need to close deals. In customer service, we need high quality, fast responses. In operations, it's about our ability to deliver to our clients at speed and when they need it with high quality, and so forth, right? Like these fundamentals of business will always be there. And so as you mature in business, in your role, in what you're delivering, the key aspect is to understand, what is my goal and what do I need to do to achieve the goal? Now, for those that have been around us for a while, we talk about this in relation to objectives, key results, and X factors. Our objective sets the thematic direction that we're going. Our key result is the goal that we're measuring. That is the outcome that we're going for. And then the X factors are the behaviors the human being needs to do. They're also referred to as outputs that we're going to need with the right quantity, quality, and consistency that is the best bet for delivering upon our goals. Now, it's in that zone where you can narrow your focus to look for, how could AI help me? Because we need to look at, what do I do on a daily basis that has the impact on delivering the goal? And if I've got a lot of work to do there, why not find AI and apply it there in your area to actually get the biggest impact? Now, it's actually that mindset, that thinking, that is going to take you to the next level. And, we probably all want the quick silver bullet solution that just answers everything. The thing is, like anything in life worth doing, it will take a little bit of work to get there. We need to ask the right questions in order to get the best outcomes. And asking the right questions is not always easy to do if we don't know what the questions are to ask. And so the mentor mode in all of our agents gives us the ability to turn that specialist into the mentor that can help us with the questions to keep the conversation going, to get the best outcomes. So in today's session, we're going to create just one agent, and we're going to interact with the agent in mentor mode. And if you've got your headsets, this will work really well. We'll shift into advanced voice mode. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to go through a process of interacting with an AI agent so you can watch that and get some ideas of how I'm interacting with AI agents to get quality outcomes. And then you'll have some time to play around and do it yourself today as well. This one, because there's a lot, like I'll be talking, you can do it as well at the same time if you like, but that might get a bit distracting, my voice and your voice. So at least today might be a little bit of a watch as an example, and then I'll ensure that we finish a little bit early so that you've got some time in your allocated time today to go and actually practice this one and do it. You can both do it in the example that I give today, or you can do it specifically in your own roles as well. The key with all AI is the quality of the prompting, or the volume of the prompting is another way to look at it as well. The best prompts have 450 words or more. Why is that? It's because it delivers context for the language model to be able to get the answers out that best suit you. Now, your AI agents are already heavily prompted because that agent is prompted with a very large prompt that we get the AI to help us write that prompt. And so therefore, when you then engage with it, it's considering that as the conversation moves forward. I also think that by moving to voice mode, advanced voice mode, it's going to help us to actually ask longer questions or prompt more, because on average people type at about 40 words per minute. I'm a lot slower if you watch me. I think I get really conscious subconsciously. And so it's just easier to speak as a result. There's also that I think is often a new skill for many of us as well, is to just articulate what it is that we desire in words externally. And you'll get better at that the more that you do it. And as Tony Robbins says, communication equals wealth. There's no doubt that our ability to articulate, communicate in our words effectively will impact the results we get, and therefore the wealth, as in the wealth of the quality of the outcome, and then how that impacts us. So if you're struggling a bit at first at talking to the AI, just know that that is normal, and that if it's difficult and hard, good, do hard things. That's where the growth comes from. So, but just practice and just play with it and think of the AI agent in advanced voice mode as your teammate and mentor to work with you throughout the day. And when we take that as our paradigm, our mindset, and then we start building on our skill set of practicing with it and utilizing this as our tool set, your results will come through and just get stronger and stronger every day. Okay. Based on that, let's jump into creating our first agent for today, or our one and only agent for today. And it will be an AI agent and automation consultant is who we're going to engage with today. And I've got some extra special prompting on this one. So let's head on over to the agent section and select Build New Agent. And utilizing the purple writing here, that is the text that we will copy. So highlight that, copy it, and take it to the Enter Agent Roles section and paste that in. Then find yourself an icon that you would like to use from the emojis. I'm going to use a robot today. And then add a category. I think I need to add a new category here, which is probably consulting, but I'll put in maybe business development, and I might do research and development, noting that the category does not impact the prompting. It's just there to help us filter and find the agents later on. And I'll put those two in. Now, the first thing I'll do is click on Generate for the goal statement. But for the backstory today, I've actually pre-set up prompt for you. And I'll copy this prompt down to section E. It's quite a long one. Copy that in, and we'll paste it in. I'll talk about what I've done here and why I did it as well. So I actually used the AI to generate the backstory first, and then because I haven't given enough context, or in this case, we've got some additional specificity around our methodologies with OKRX. I've added in some prompting from a previous agent that we've done before. And I've added in here, I'm an expert in uncovering AI agents, should be plural, to help execute on tasks that require human behavioral change. And then fix it a bit more. These are often referred to as X factors in the OKRX methodology, adapted from OKRs by Matt Kesby. And then I've gone through and explained the X factors, how we write those, and given examples of those. And then and in those examples, I've put in references to utilizing AI. And then finally, I've shared I'm an expert in understanding all the goals and processes that can be broken down into steps, and that the majority of steps, when done using SaaS applications, can have Raya Pro AI agents with automations to assist in the steps. So I'm giving extra context to the large language model, the agent, to then give to the large language model in order to get some more effective outcomes. From there, we then select Generate Base Instructions. And there's a few questions there, Ep, where you're jumping ahead, so we'll probably cover those when we get to that stage. And in the meantime, the team will also help out. So thanks, Jen, for your help there. So from here, once that's written, we could say, am I happy with this, or would I like more prompting? I haven't added any more yet, but I could come into this section and add additional base instructions. And then finally, I'll select, I'm going to go for professional, and also I'm going to select dominant today to be direct and decisive and a doer. I really want to like take action and get results from this interaction with my mentor today. So I've added dominant. Also, we're going to turn on mentor mode for this one, which is here on the right-hand side. When you scroll to the top, we'll turn on mentor mode. Now, if you don't turn on mentor mode here, that's okay. You can always turn it on in the chat. So if you've got some agents that you've built in the past, you do not need to go back and edit them. You can simply do that in the chat, and I'll show you that in just one moment. Once that's completed, then we select create agent. And then finally, publish. We need to publish that agent as well. And you'll see it updating with publish. Now, once you've got to that stage and your agent's published, please put a 1 in the chat. One. Send to come in. There's 74 of us online. I'm not sure if that includes our agents as AIs as well. It's fantastic. Great. Making great progress. Well done. Excellent. Fantastic. Alrighty. Now the next step from this one, more coming through. Very good. Thanks, Richard. Joseph's there. Yang's there. Her's there. James is there. Donna's there. Great. Donna's my EA. Well done, Donna. We had a great conversation after Digital Transformation Week, didn't we? When you went back to chat to your kids, telling them that you now build AIs. They were like, what? It's pretty fun. Well done, Vince. Ben, excellent. All right, let's jump into the next step. So from here, head on over to the chat section here. Okay, so select chat. And you'll notice at the top of the screen, there's a little drop-down option where we've got different agents. Oh, and thank you to everyone at GoTeam. You've set yours up on private. That's good. It's important to do that. Otherwise, we'll end up with lots of these. And I've put in here AI agent and automation consultant. So we're going to select that agent that you've just made. You'll notice that on the main screen here, it will update with the name of that agent. Oh, scrolling down to part 2, we see let's now chat with our agent in mentor mode. We're also going to be using the advanced voice mode here, which is the microphone. Now, as mentioned earlier, I'm using a headset today. What I like about using just a very simple Plantronics headset is that they've got these mechanical buttons on them for mute. And the reason that works really well is that when I want to have a conversation with someone else in the room, I can put it on mute. Now, I've got a little bit of a trickier setup here today because I still need to talk to the agent while I'm speaking with you. And so that makes it a little bit harder. Because we've still got it listening in. So today I'll be also pausing on the desktop because I cannot isolate the microphone. I can't have one microphone for Zoom. I'm going to try. I don't think I can have one microphone for Zoom and one for the agent, but I'm going to give it a go. Let's see if we can get it to work. I'm going to try it right now. Okay, how's the audio? Can everyone still hear me? Just give me a nod if you can hear me. Great, thumbs up, fantastic. We'll see if the agent cannot hear me on this and will only hear me on my microphone. So
Nothing like a live test to see how we go. Well done. The thing I love about flow engineers, which is what you all are, is that you're scientists, which means we make hypothesis, we run the experiment, we see the result. If the result isn't what we're after, we go back and we do the reprompting and make the adjustments, right? So that's why we're here in workshop mode together. Okay, so now I had a team member the other day who was starting new, and they quite simply said, hey, I'm in this new role, and this is what my goal is. How can you help me? That's the foundation of this as a starting point. So I'm going to use this prompt here. You can use something similar, and I'll give this a go. Here we go. Hey, I've just started in a new role as the marketing manager of a people outsourcing and AI technology company. We supply full-time team members to clients around the world. The team members are enabled with advanced AI agents and automation. In my role, I have an objective and key result to deliver 200 marketing qualified leads per week. What are some examples of X factors and ways I can use AI to support in delivering those metrics? Now I've put myself on mute. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, I'm going to pause that for a sec, right? So clearly that didn't work, but you get the idea that if you're not on a screen, you can mute the microphone. Now, the next step is how we just continue a conversation engaging with the AI. That's the key here. So you would read through it, and we've got generate 50 content pieces. It's got an action here, create engaging content pieces such as blog posts, infographics, videos, quality using AI content generation tools to ensure high quality SEO optimized content and consistency weekly. So it's giving us an X factor format. So it's pretty good. Here are the ideas: analyze 100 customer interactions, optimize 10 campaigns, conduct 5 A/B tests, engage 200 prospects, update marketing strategy, ways to use AI-powered content creation, predictive analytics, chatbots and virtual assistants, social media automation, lead scoring. Okay, now it's not bad. What specific challenges do you anticipate in reaching this goal, and how can I assist you further in addressing them? I think I need some more ideas. I'm not sure that this is thorough enough. Can you help expand that out to 20 ideas, please? Hello.
Thanks for that. I think I need some more ideas, though. Can you expand that to 20 ideas, please? Okay, that's pretty cool. The one that resonates the most for me at the moment is number 6. Let's go deeper on that. I'm going to pause the audio for a moment because it goes really fast, right? And so let's read through these. It's shared about webinar hosting. It's gone the topic selection. So use AI tools to analyze trending topics and audience interest to select relevant and engaging webinar topics. Now, in January, when we release our automations for Raya, what could happen here is that you could set up an AI agent that works on a weekly basis to actually look for trends on the internet and bring back that summary of trends and put it into like a spreadsheet, as an example, and then have it do the next steps, which I'm about to explain. I'm going to engage with the AI in a moment to help write a presentation, write an email sequence, and give me what I need as a marketer to put all this together. Now, I could go differently, and I could attack this with a workflow as well, but I'll get that starting content out to kind of get my creative juices going. And then the future state of it is where you would set this up where potentially you can have it to pick out those latest trends, consider your business, write a new presentation each week, write a PowerPoint presentation, at least the content of it, write the email sequence, write the follow-ups, write the posts, actually post the posts online, create the foundation for the web page. All of this is coming in January with advanced automations that you can then set on autopilot to run every week. Isn't that insane? Earlier, I saw it also talk about, your advertising. You could actually have, with the new advanced automations coming in January, check the results on your advertising campaigns and then rewrite your ads as a result. We are moving into the stratosphere in 2025 with how we'll be applying AI to support us in our work. So I'm going to continue on with this one, and you can watch it as I go along. Now, the intention, why are you watching? The intention here is to give you some inspiration on how to interact with the AI in voice mode. Okay, I like that. Now, can you help me with generating a topic or 10 topics for SMEs around outsourcing and AI and automation for 2025? You can research from the internet as well, if that's helpful. Not bad. Do you notice that the AI picked up that cue for the prompt for doing the web researching? So it's gone out and done some researching and scraping and brought in some ideas. And so let's have a look through these ones. Okay, let's expand on number 6. And please help me with, what are the key questions that our target market needs answered based on number 6? Okay, cool. Can you now turn this into a structured PowerPoint presentation for me, please? Yeah, I would like some additional details, or actually, can you restructure all of the presentation so that each slide opens with a compelling hook and then an answer to that hook that we can support the SME with? Pause there for a sec. So now we've got a strong hook. We got an answer to it. That's great. Can you now do this with an example of a visual that we could put to each of the slides? If you can't produce an image for each slide, then produce a prompt that we can put into an image generation model. that's pretty good, but I think the prompts need to be much larger in order to get compelling images. Can you expand on those prompts, please? Okay, I'm gonna pause there for a moment and invite anyone to open up their microphones and share what have you noted. You can put it in the chat, or you can open up your microphone for a conversation. What are some of the things that you've seen me do or you've noticed? Because this is the part where I want to transfer the learning. You've been watching now. What are some of the things that I've been doing?
I can see that you are very proactively interacting with Raya in order to get what you want. You as a human in the loop, you are wanting, you know what you want. It's helping you, and you are just keeping prompting until you get what you want. So, and it's providing enormous productivity, but with your ideas.
And so you imagine, like, when you're an expert in your field, or if you don't, if we sometimes doubt ourselves whether we're an expert in that area, but we've got experience in the field, then we often know what we're after, but it may not come out straight away. But in a conversation with another expert, we can kind of bounce off each other. So you got that, you're spot on there, James. I just keep asking the questions. I'm asking for more and more. And, maybe I wouldn't have been able to articulate in full everything that I wanted at the beginning. And even if I could, which clearly the capability is in there, what often happens to me is if I sit down to just type, the approach avoidance conflict, the psychological definition of approach avoidance conflict is where we sit down to do the work, and in that moment, we, as much energy and exuberance we have, we sit down to do the work, and then we go, procrastination, distraction, you do everything but the target activity. And the neurobiological answer of why that occurs is that norepinephrine increases in our brain as we go to do the work. And unless we have enough dopamine released to give us the reward and acknowledgement, to take on that action, we don't end up releasing enough acetylcholine to give us the focus and attention we need to actually move forward. And so the benefit of the AI is that every time we ask a question, we get an output and a little bit of dopamine's released. And that takes us forward to ask the next question and the next question and the next question. And so the way to really think about this usage of AI is to get the momentum going on any task. And so wherever we've got a task, if we could ask ourselves a question, hey, would a mentor help me to progress forward? Will the AI agent do all the work for me? No, you're the human in the loop. It's your expertise that you're bringing to the table. And as a prompt engineer, and a flow engineer, this often will also help you to then build your bigger ideas of your future flows. So by the time you kind of come out with this amazing output, you can then look back at that and say, okay, how can I now structure this into an agentic workflow with agents that will go and keep asking these types of questions all the way through. And then, there'll be other times. If you look at this one, I mean, it's just so big, right? Like once you get 20 ideas to then build off, you could imagine how far you could take something like this. But I'll continue on now. Thanks, James. That was awesome. This is looking really powerful. What sort of email strategy would I need aligned to this particular webinar? Nice work. Can you actually write email number 1, the pre-webinar email for me, please? Nicely done. Can you write email number 2, please? Gosh, you're so good. Where have you been all my life? Can you do email number 3, please? Hey, this is so exciting, but it's just dawned on me. We're going to need to get some traffic to actually get people to attend this webinar. How are we going to do that? Yeah, I guess social media is all the rage at the moment, and actually having some engaging posts is a good idea. But what sort of posts could we do for this specific webinar? Ooh, teaser video is a good idea. Can you help me with some scripts for that? Oh, and should we do like reels, or should we do long form video? What would be more effective? Okay, they look good, but I'm not sure that the text overlay is enough. Do we need like scripts for these? Can you give me an example of? Oh, this is it. You've got different scenes within it. Okay, I like what you've got there. That makes more sense to me now. Could you do another one, please? Now, well, my sister has a laugh of me saying, "Where have you been all my life?" Thinking the same thing. That's good. One thing that we might notice, I very intentionally have started engaging with the AI like it's a real person, and what I'm doing that for my own benefit, not the AI's. I'm doing it so that I can get myself into that real flow conversation. I'm putting myself in a more joyful state, so that I'm just going to keep this going. And that's going to, even just personally, make my day more enjoyable than if I'm looking at this thing as a robot and telling it what to do, right? So how we set ourselves up from a physiological perspective during a day is going to impact everything. So why not have joy and fun with it? Because I tell you what, the way I'm going right now, I could smash out like a week or 2 weeks worth of work in just 20 minutes is the reality with this one. So let's go a little bit further. Okay, when it comes to generating traffic, if we're going to do paid advertising and I'm targeting SMEs, where should I be doing paid traffic for this webinar? I heard the other day that Facebook, although Instagram's overtaking Facebook, Facebook is more suited for uh, the older generation like me at 47, who are probably the decision makers on a webinar like this. Let's explore doing Facebook ads. What type of Facebook ads would be the most effective at the moment? Right, I think we'll do some video ads and some carousel ads. Let's start with the carousel ads, though. Can you come up with 2 different ideas for the carousel ads and detail what would be in each of the carousel images? that's great. Even put the text overlay and the description as well. That's super helpful. What else could we do? All right. I think does everyone get the idea now? I think we'll turn that off. Of where this goes. Now, has anyone got any questions? Yeah, Cleven's got brainstorming with AI. Great. Questions, thoughts, ideas, anything at all, you can share it in the chat or open up your microphone for a conversation. Oh, and you notice what Cleven's put in the chat there. What else, what else, what else? And that's the ultimate brainstorming question that we use when we're with people to evoke that there is more versus saying, is there anything else, which often closes us down in a conversation. And so by practicing our effectiveness in our communication, we are going to get better outcomes with the AI. And you'll notice, as always, how speaking with the AI is like speaking with a person. With generative AI, it is like human intelligence in that, literally the way when we ask a question, the responses is like that word game. Like if we were all sharing, how do I bake a cake? Like if we were all coming up with the next word, the AI is doing the same thing. And so the more conversation, the more context we get it, the better it comes. Chris says, sorry, but I came late to the meeting, no problem. Okay, you're excited where it's heading. So what we did, Chris, is we created an AI agent that is for helping us with consulting around utilizing AI. And then when we got it to come out with some suggestions around marketing, and then we sort of drifted off into just delivering upon that marketing result anyway. Which is a reminder, I can go back and say it again to give specific ideas on AI as well. The idea, though, is that we get this conversation going in advanced voice mode, and we just keep it going. And you're either going to be constantly referring back to the question that the AI gives you at the bottom, or you just get into flow state and you keep asking those questions. And the things like saying, what else, what else, what else? And create pictures. So let's try that. For the first carousel, can you please search the internet and find a picture that would suit? Hello, are you there?
Where is Kelly looking? Should I ask you a question?
Sure. Yeah, I'll turn the voice off.
With the interaction, how far back can you go in this conversation? So you've been in mental mode for, maybe about 30 minutes or something, and now you want to go back and say, hey, by the way, back earlier or before we start doing the PowerPoint or the reels or that sort of thing, and you want to sort of go back, what's the kind of best method to keep the flow going, but not sort of screw up the engagement?
Well, let's give it a go. So I don't think Ray heard me on that previous request. So let's go to SEO optimization. Hey, right back at the beginning in the first response, there was item number 7. What was item number 7? Hey, Raya, are you there? Hey, back at the beginning, there was, we were having a conversation around the different items that we can work on. The item number 7, do you remember what item number 7 was right at the beginning? Missed it. Hey, it was actually to do with SEO. So yeah, from a memory perspective, going all the way back to the beginning, because we've got lots of numbered lists now, right, that have come out. So it probably, like, how about if we put it this way? If we said to the human, "Hey, what was number 7 in our conversation from 15 minutes ago?" The human's probably going to go, "You're kidding me, aren't you?" And so we could very well bring in that specificity. Where were we? Number 7 was SEO optimization. And so, it'd be probably more useful at this point in time to come back to, say, to talk about that and say, like, it would be, so in relation to SEO optimization and optimizing 10 pages using AI SEO tools weekly, can you give me some more tips or expand on that in some more detail, please? Hey, that's really good, but I'm going to need to put this into a report to give to our CEO. Can you make me look really impressive by writing a more detailed report that I could copy and paste and put into Word and then send to my CEO, please? Now, where this goes next is once again into automations, where we could connect to a third-party SEO tool like an SEMrush that could execute some analysis and bring that information back. And then you could ask it to create a plan of what to execute on for your SEO changes, and then run this review and report on a level of frequency to show the improvements as well. And so that'll be a January activity where we get into these advanced connections. Those sessions also are going to be probably a little bit more like a watch process, because we'll use different tools and we may not always be able to keep up, but you'll be able to play them back. You'll be able to keep up if you can. Yeah. All right. So I think what else? Pictures we had in there is another one. Other thoughts or questions, and then in a few minutes time, I'll wrap this up so you can have some time to go and practice using mentor mode on your own. There's no other questions. I'll ask you this: out of 10, how useful could this be in your current role? Your honest answer, so you can see where you're going. Gosh, that was fast. 11. Looking forward to watching the recordings and building this agent. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Great. We've got an 8. Richard at 9, 10. So we've got 10s coming through, an 8, 10. All right. And so I can see the next world will be where you can then tell it to, from all this information, can you please create me an automation so that I can fully automate this all again later on. Nice, it's got 100. Fantastic. All right, thanks everyone. I hope you've enjoyed advanced voice mode and mentor mode with Raya today. Go off and play. All right, so sort of faff around and figure it out and have a play, see what you can come up with. And I'd love to see everyone over in our Facebook community, also sharing a Facebook group, sharing there any ideas or outcomes that you've got to inspire others. It's a great way to share the knowledge. And the other tip I've got for you as well is that within your teams at work, create a group chat which is purely around digital transformation and using AI agents. And each day, just share one win that you've had around using an AI agent during that day, because that's going to inspire others on how to utilize the AI. And the game is to get everyone to win together. Okay, then all ships rise with the tide. Everyone's going to move together and have these big wins. And most of it will come from how you inspire others and sharing what you're doing. So thanks, everyone. Glad you had some fun. Hey, thanks, Richard. Glad you had fun today. That's awesome. Remember to connect with us on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks for sharing that. Nice. Looking forward to seeing everyone next week. Carlos has said, thanks, Matt. Neo out. Very good. Very Matrix. You got it. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend ahead. See you next week.